do welcome to Kingdom Talk.
Welcome back once again to Kingdom Talk. Still on this matter of family expectation, feedbacks, enormous, I must say. And I'm glad that we are getting that and walking the journey with people. We'll still go ahead and please stay tuned, like and share, tag someone right now of this program going on. Yes, Sister Christy, we'd like to know what are the types of parental expectation.
All right. There are various types of parental expectation, but I'll mention a few. Number one is parents expect their children to uphold their family values.
Right.
The truth of the matter is that a child is meant to project the image of the family, whether within the state, within the country, or outside the country. And that is the reason why when a child misbehaves, people don't even ask for the name of the child. The first thing they say is, whose daughter is this?
That's right.
Whose son is this? Because the person is from that family. And another type of family expectation that's also very common and important is expectation of their finance.
That's right.
A lot of parents are very impatient with their children with regards to them bringing in money. They just feel that money should always roll in. And some parents don't even care whether they make the money in a dubious way
or not. That's something to know.
Example is in the eastern part of Nigeria. You find that every year, particular month of the year, precisely December, if I'm not mistaken, everyone wants to travel home. And when they travel, they're expected to come in loaded. I mean, financially loaded.
Loaded, right?
You know. And the parents will tell them, you've got to come and spend some money. Of course, your mate are spending money. And a lot of them, they get back home, they are broke.
Or start all over again.
Exactly. And I also know a woman.
Let's just still expatiate on that point. Parents expecting much. I know you still have about 2 or more to say to us.
Exactly.
Would like to hear that. Parents expecting much. I've heard or even watch in movies where parents will liken their child to someone. Don't you see the daughter of don't you see the kind of car he or she bought for the parent? Parents expecting without even asking. I love the word patient. In other words, parents out there need to be patient. Life is all about building. Please go ahead.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
I know of this woman who told the daughter was a paragon of beauty, a teenager, and she was doing so well. And the mother told her that, look, it's high time you began to bring in some money.
Wow.
And of course, you are endowed.
Wow.
You have what it takes, so you can go out with men, sugar daddy, and so on. And actually, the girl started doing that. And we come in with some men and big cars, and you know, like that. It was on for some years. But you know what? Of course, she became very rich. And nobody asked that, how are you making this money?
The money.
The parents didn't bother to ask because, of course, they were benefiting from the money.
The expectation was high.
Unfortunately, the lady was infected with AIDS. I'm telling you a real life story.
Wow.
She's late now.
Wow.
And the girl was very brilliant.
Wow.
Parental expectations. Some of them set very high expectations.
That's it.
That is harmful. Very harmful.
That's it.
It's so unfortunate.
That's it.
And also another expectation that is very common and is affecting a lot of people is expectation of children and their career. Also their academics. Of course, every parent, it's the desire of every parent to see their children perform excellently well academically. And unfortunately, some of them take it overboard. Like a child comes with the results and the child came third in the class. Instead of the parent to commend that child, you hear the parents say, oh, Are you the only? Can't you?
The person that has the first
Exactly.
2 heads or
Good. Do they have 2 heads or 3 heads? So how come you were not the very best in the class?
Wow.
Or not to them that they actually get demoralized like that.
Wow.
Instead of commending them.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly. You find that a child who wants to go in for music, the parents will tell the child, no, why don't you go in for medicine?
Wow. Fantastic. Parents, guardians, families, so much lesson to learn from here. Please tag someone and share this page to be a blessing to someone. Vicky. So what is the danger of putting young ones under pressure?
Danger of putting young ones under pressure. Pressure, first of all, is not good for anybody. And definitely, someone being young under that kind of pressure, some things might happen. First of all, they would be prone to mental disease. Mental disease like depression, clinical depression, anxiety. Some might even have eating disorders.
That's right.
Because they want, like I said earlier, they want to be secluded. So some of them might have trouble eating. In fact, just today, I was hearing someone, I think I was watching a video, and she was saying that for a long time, she wasn't eating right. She would just want to be by herself. So
right.
There's things like that. And if you are depressed for a very long time, it will have adverse effects even later in future. I know someone that eventually killed herself because this one is a little off. She got raped at 7 and she had kept the secret in for a long time. So she was depressed, and eventually at 31 or so, she killed herself.
Wow.
So that might be one of it, might prone to mental disorders. Another one might be that you might, or they, when a young person is under such pressures, they might self-harm.
That's right.
They might start to harm themselves. Because I was in a conversation with a friend of mine, and her own friend was saying that, she used to slit her wrists.
Wow.
If you check her arm, you would see the mark, blade. She would actually slit her wrist because she just wants the pain to stop. She just wants
to harm herself.
Yes, exactly. Attempting to harm herself. The scars are there and they will be there permanently.
Wow.
Another one might be, this defensive attitude.
That
this
is very
defensive
common.
attitude. Yes, very common.
Very common, I say.
Among young people, very defensive attitude. Defensive in the sense that they just put up that wall around themselves.
Yes.
They just want to be in that circle, that dome, just by themselves because they fear, these expectations are weighing down on them.
They can't even go to family gatherings because they don't want to be asked some questions.
Some certain questions, exactly.
Wow. People out there are things to learn from this. I have a younger friend, so to say. She refused to see the parents for long. And once the mom call is coming in, she's like, she's at it again. Even without knowing what is on her mind, because of the pressure of when will you get married? When will you bring that guy? Your second junior has been married for so long, so much pressure, even from our loved ones. Sister T, Mrs. Ajibola, does parental pressure have benefits? Because we've been talking about the pressure, the negative aspect. Does parental pressure have benefits?
Thank you, Pastor Vicky. In a way, we can find it beneficial, especially if parents can be very careful about the way they handle the pressure on the children.
Wow.
They can be sensitive and they can do it moderately, so we can have the benefits. And one of the benefits is that for a child that is academically inclined, when you put pressure on that child can begin to perform better in school. That child learns to do the assignments, any homework they are given on time, and then they end up getting better grades. So that's one of the benefits you can get from putting pressure on the child. Another thing you can get, another benefit is that if the child is performing very well and getting good grades, such a child might end up getting into good schools, getting admission to good schools. Because most schools now, it's highly competitive, so so many people wanted to get admission. So it's the survival of the fittest. So the best grades and the best brains get admitted. And of course, we also have elitist schools. So such a child that gets good grade might be able to get into an elitist school, acclaimed schools, and then parents feel satisfied. They're very happy. And then another benefit you can get from putting pressure on the children is that they learn how to work hard. These are values that children need to learn from childhood. You saw this value to the child, and the child grows up with it. The value of hard work, right from childhood. And so that's one of the benefits. Another one is about being disciplined. A child learns to be disciplined.
That's right.
You teach the child how to do the right thing at the right
time.
Like for example, go to bed at the right time, eat at the right time, and the appropriate places. These are some of the benefits you can get from getting the child by putting the child under pressure. And another thing is that children can also learn to take part in extracurricular activities, because it's not all about books all the time.
That's
it's
right.
not about studying all the time. You need to balance schooling and recreational activities. So children can learn when you put them under pressure that, oh no, it's not just about reading. Find time to take a break and go and play sports. Because in some society, being able to excel in sports is also very, very vital to the child's success. So these are some of the benefits you can get from putting the child under pressure.
Fantastic contribution, Mrs. Ajibola. But rather than talking about pressure, what can parents do rather than pressurize a child? Because all these that you've mentioned, to me, they are positive. Rather than using the word pressure or to pressurize them, what else can we do?
Thank you, Pastor Vicky. I think that question is very important, because the whole essence of why we're discussing this anyways, because we want to put parents on the right path, to do the right thing. And I think one fundamental thing we must remember is that there's a thin line between, pressure, between parental expectations and then the pressure that accrues from that on the child. So one thing that is very fundamental is that we must engage in the right parenting skills.
Wow. True.
There are parenting skills that parents must understand and learn to live by. One of it is to develop a mutual respect between the parent and the child. Let the lines of communication be open between you and the child. Learn to be empathetic to the child. Learn to show compassion on the child. Learn to make your child your friend.
That's right.
It's very important. I think for me, a successful parent is a parent who is able to have a friend and the child.
Wow.
Child who can see my parents as my friend. For me, is successful parenting. And the other thing is that parents should learn to encourage, allow the child to be confident.
Rather than put pressure.
Yes,
encouragement.
Yes, teach the child how to also accept failure. Because failure is part of life.
It's part of life.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
how
it's part
to
of
accept
life.
failure, positively, rather than them losing heart. Do you understand? And then parents should learn to interact with the child, learn to play with your child, take part in their fun activities. Do you understand? Like I said before, be a friend to your child. And then another thing that's very important, Pastor Vicky, is that parents must learn to nurture their child's strengths. Do you understand? Every child has their own strength. So it's not everybody that's going to become a medical doctor. There are people who are going to excel in athletics.
Yes.
So understand your child. If your child likes drawing, why don't you encourage the child? Might be the next Picasso. So you must understand what the child is good at. And encourage the child to be the best they can be.
Fantastic discussion. I don't know how to appreciate, but all the same, thank you all our discussants, Miss Christy, Master Victor, thank you for doing justice to this. This is Tony Ajibola, a worthy parent. Thank you for doing justice to this. A word for parents' guidance out there. The word itself is full of pressure. She said something right now, I would like you to take a leaf from it. Rather than pressurize, why not encourage? That lady that is not married, she wants to be married. She wants to be happy. There are goals to achieve. It's not her fault that she's not there right now. Why don't we encourage them in getting to that stage so that we can be the proud parents and guardians that we want to be? Rather than putting pressure on them and bringing in money. You don't know how they make that money. Let's encourage them to be a worthy person, to be whole. It's good to be whole. That's how you can live life and live successfully. We have come to the end of today's episode, and I'm so glad, and I know someone out there, you are having a change of mind already. Come on, give that boy peace of mind. Give that lady peace of mind. Give that child encouragement so that you can be happy at the end of the day. We await your feedback, your questions. Please send us email. Give us a call, send us text message. Are you out there? You are facing pressure from your loved one, from your father, your mother. Oh, when are you going to bring home that man? When will you buy that car? When will you get a job? When will you start giving me money to it? Please, let's walk the journey with you. Get back to us and we'll be fully available to walk the journey with you. Until next time on Kingdom Talk. Thank you so very much, our guest, Sister T, once again. Thank you. Master Vicky, God bless you. Miss
Amen.
Christy Manuel, we are so glad to have you. Thank you, our viewers out there. Until next time, bye-bye and God bless you. Amen.